Hello and what is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and I was not expecting to make another SnowRunner news video this soon, but Amazon dropped some bombs on us the other day, and a lot of this stuff surfaced on the forums, and it started on Amazon and then made its way to the forums, but I'm going to go ahead and get right into all of that now so you guys can get all of the info that you need. I'm also going to leave a link down below to the forum thread that this was posted on so that you guys can follow the forum thread and also so you can see if any other updates are made. But again, wasn't expecting to talk about SnowRunner again this soon, but we got some great stuff in store, so stay tuned. Now, the first thing I would like to go ahead and talk about here is something that's been on everyone's minds throughout the entire life cycle, really, of leading up to the release of SnowRunner, and that is the release date. Now, while the developers have not said anything yet apart from early 2020, the release date that Amazon shows seems like it could possibly be the most realistic release date so far, because they are claiming a release date of April 28th, 2020, which is not all that far away as of posting this video. Now, again, that kind of seems a little bit more in line with what they've said before in terms of early 2020. I'm doing air quotes here that you can't see, but early 2020. But again, talking about release dates, that seems to be one of the most realistic possibilities we've seen so far. Now, among the sort of screenshots / promotional pieces that they released was this one that talks about your personal fleet. Now, they say expand and customize your fleet with many upgrades and accessories, including purchasing exhaust snorkels, attaching chains to your tires, adjusting the ride height, and more. So this touches on a few more things than we actually heard about in the last video that I talked about SnowRunner in, where we talked about visual customization, because they didn't really talk about tire chains and they didn't really talk too much about adjustment of ride height. They just mentioned suspension components, like aftermarket suspension components. So does that mean that you can basically put an aftermarket lift kit on your truck? Yes, that means lift kit's confirmed. That means aftermarket lift is confirmed for your vehicle, because really, who's going to be looking to lower their truck in SnowRunner? I mean, I don't think so. Now, moving forward, I think that the fact that you'll be able to actually lift your trucks and put, a lift kit and bigger tires on it, that right there opens up so many possibilities, because let's say, for example, you find just like a normal Chevy 1500 pickup truck that's stock, right? You go ahead and you unlock a couple of cloaked areas with it. You maybe complete a couple of objectives with it. You build up a little bit of money, and then you're like, okay, well, there are some difficult areas of the map that I haven't been able to get to yet. Let me go to the garage and throw on a lift kit and some bigger tires, and then boom, I can get to those more difficult areas of the map. That, to me, adds a whole new dynamic that we've never had in this game before, or really in this franchise before, and I'm very excited to dive into that and see what the overall possibilities are like. Another important thing to note here is something that Zamal on the forums actually pointed out, because he zoomed in to that previous picture and actually discovered a Freightliner 114 SD, and he was like, it doesn't look like a log crane, but I'm not exactly sure what kind of crane it is or what it would be used for. Now, this was a really good spot from him, and a really good, in-depth, detailed spot, because I'm not quite sure if they've officially confirmed that truck or not. I don't think they have, but it's really cool to see more of those commercial trucks being confirmed, and I don't think that was a log-based crane either. I think that crane had something to do with, who knows, maybe lifting crates or lifting equipment or lifting, large pieces of metal, like we've seen in some of the other screenshots and clips from some of the recent trailers leading up to these shots being posted on Amazon. Now, talking about commercial vehicles is a great way to lead into the next vehicle that was revealed in this lineup of pictures that were released on Amazon, and that is the Cat 745C. This thing is huge, massive mining truck. So that in and of itself, among the other shots that were shown, leads me to believe that could we possibly be not just logging, not just transporting, but also mining as well? Could rocks or ore be something, like different types of ore, be something that we would transport? Potentially. If we're looking at trucks like this, that is a potential possibility. Now, those trucks don't always have to be used for mining, but it's definitely a popular use for them. I mean, of course, they're used in construction and, you know, large-scale grading as well, but there's definitely a possibility that we could be hauling things like different types of ore or rocks or rubble in a large truck like that. And the fact that they've got that in there, again, points to the direction of you're not just a guy being, like, you know, you're not just a guy out in the woods, you know, looking for lumber like you were in the past. You're running a business. Like, it's a totally different vibe and a totally different feel. You're running a business that has so many different aspects to it and so many different, you know, little ins and outs to what you'll actually be doing and to the fleet of vehicles that you'll be managing. So now the amount of modifications that you'll be able to do to those bigger trucks, I'm sure will be pretty limited in comparison to something like, you know, a Chevy 1500 pickup, but I don't think that we should rule out the possibility of, you know, making a massive cat pink. Now, does that mean we're going to get to do it? I have no idea, but if we are, be hilarious. Another truck that we should probably talk about and probably touch on is the Pacific. Now, this thing is actually really, really interesting. It's sort of it looks like sort of a cross between a truck that you would see on the road and a truck that's built to be used off-road. It pretty much looks like a heavy-duty off-road mixture, sort of, because obviously, you know, obviously, as you can see, it's gonna be all-wheel driven, because you have, like, actually, you know, the closer I look at it, it might not be all-wheel driven, because I don't know if there's actually, like, a diff there that resides along that front axle, but who knows, that might just be a steer axle, but maybe I'm wrong in assuming that might just be a steer axle. You can correct me below in the comment section if that's more than a steer axle, if that's a driven axle. But I looked at it again and I was like, are you sure? It kind of looks a little bit like just a steer axle, maybe not a driven axle. But regardless, really interesting truck, and I can't wait to see what add-ons are available for it. Now, the next truck's cool. This is an International Paystar, and as you can see, this one is definitely driven in the front. Now, it's obviously going to be a really good off-road support rig and a really good off-road hauling rig, because, I mean, trucks like that have hauling capability and have a massive front axle are not exactly the most common thing in the world, and the fact that we have one of those here, huge plus. Huge plus. I mean, and also, I have a real liking to those older trucks. I mean, those older Internationals, because you really don't see them anymore. And, I mean, depending on where you live, you may see them around, but they're definitely not among the most common trucks to see on a day-to-day basis. Now, if you live maybe out west and you're around a bunch of logging that requires trucks to go into, you know, say, harsher environments than just a normal, like, dirt or gravel road, then you may see them. But I, for one, definitely do not see them on a regular basis. So I'm really excited that we'll have those here in the game. And also, I'm excited to see what customization options they're bringing forward for those specific trucks. Now, last but certainly not least, Amazon did release a shot of the little Chevy 1500. Now, again, this truck has been everywhere. It's been talked about. It's been in all of the marketing materials. It's been in the video that we made previously. But we really all knew about this truck since very early on in sort of the release cycle of SnowRunner news. And so that's why I sort of left it to the end of the video, and I'm not really going to dwell on it for too long because a lot of you guys already know about it. But again, you know, great truck. I'm sure it's going to be a good Scout. They have it listed as a Scout, so that makes a lot of sense. I can't wait to slap a bigger tire, like a bigger tire and some, you know, and some suspension lifts on it. I think that's going to be great. Just the fact that we can, you know, throw a lift kit and tires on a truck now. Oh my God, it'll be so cool. Now, something else that I did want to talk about is the fact that I've still been seeing people talking about the fact that they're like, oh my god, it's going to be on the Epic Store, and that means it's not going to have mods. Oh my god, wrong. Now, they have tried to put the message out there that there are going to be mods, like, supported on PC and console, but PC at launch through Mod.io, and which basically integrates them into the game's client. Now, I'm not sure where the notion came from that because it's on the Epic Store, it's automatically not going to have mods, but I've been seeing a lot of people spread that as a rumor, and I really don't understand why, considering the fact that they've really tried very, very hard to push out a bunch of news and announcements that, yes, this game will have mods at launch, and yet you still see a bunch of people saying that, oh, it's on the Epic Store, I'm not going to buy it. And I've been seeing that on a lot on their Facebook page, actually, which is very interesting to me because I'm like, I don't know why you would see it more on Facebook than anywhere else. But regardless, I see on their Facebook page a lot of people saying, oh my god, it's on the Epic Store, I refuse to buy it. And I feel like that's a very close-minded mindset and a very close-minded mentality. I mean, like, so what if you have to download another, you know, another store client? I mean, it's not like that big of a deal, and I feel like a lot of those people are just saying that now, and then they're gonna end up getting the game anyway when it comes out. I mean, if you have strong feelings against the Epic Store, let me know in the comments below. I mean, let me know if that's like a major thing for you. Like, are you, like, do you really feel like if it, you know, if it comes out on the Epic Store, you're going to refuse to buy it? Because that's where it's coming out, and they've already announced that they're going to have full mod support, so I'm not sure where that attitude is coming from. But regardless, let me know your thoughts and opinions on everything in the comments below, the possible release date, as well as the trucks that have been revealed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button if you enjoyed, subscribe for more if you're new, hit that notification bell, and I will see y'all next time. Talk to y'all later.